Welcome back to West Texas View.
Welcome back to the West Texas View. I'm Johnny Lou Avery, and you've met Melody Davis and Georgianne Davis, and a mother-daughter duo who has had fun being together in this project of scouting. And one of the things that I like most about this, about the Girl Scouts, is how they involve the fathers through father-daughter dances or through the camping experience, and they involve the mothers through different volunteer activities, so that it really is a family affair and everybody feels like they're part of this project that we're working on, whatever it is. But through the years, I know that Girl Scouts has evolved to meet the times, to meet the needs and the requirements, to help girls be strong and have good self-esteem and good courage to do whatever they want to do. And I remember one of the very first big changes, other than the uniform changes, was when we began to notice that there was a lot of girls left out because they didn't live, they were so isolated. They lived way out in the areas where there was not, either they had to catch buses for long distances, or there just was not any volunteers in that area. And so they began an online program, and that has grown through the years. But tell some of the other things that you particularly have seen since you've been a part of Girl Scouts for so long. The quality of the materials is one thing that I've noticed. Just wonderful training materials and materials for the girls.
Well, Girl Scouts as a whole organization nationwide went through a restructuring plan within the last 5 years. And then rewrote the curriculum, changed the curriculum to try to update it to girls' interests that today versus 30 years ago, to meet some of those needs, and also to make it a little more enjoyable and enticing to the girls, to keep them involved and get them involved. And meeting the needs in rural areas has always been a challenge for any organization. Leaders can get more training online now. Most of our resources are available online. I can go to the Girl Scouts of the Desert Southwest website or the nationwide website to get resources and things like that, in addition to the paper copies that you can always order.
Well, and in the restructuring, another thing is that they shrunk down the numbers of councils.
No, actually, yeah, we did. And we actually broadened the area that each council covers.
The geographic area is huge.
Which has its good points and its bad points. Having fewer councils does keep things a little more aligned, but having a larger geographic area, particularly where we are, makes it more challenging to get people together, to just meet all of the needs out there. And so we're still working on that as a council. Trying to meet together is very difficult in our council. In Midland, it's pretty easy. In Odessa, it's pretty easy, but in the smaller areas around, it's harder for them to get to larger and events.
When you look at the state of Texas, had about 30 councils or so before the restructuring, and now they have 9.
Yeah.
And so you can tell that the land mass was, and it was based on population.
Yes.
So there's very small councils in the Dallas-Fort Worth or Houston, San Antonio areas.
Right.
But then when you get out here in West Texas, you've got almost a fifth of the map, almost like our viewing audience is for the whole.
Well, and ours actually covers into southeastern New Mexico as well, and all the way to El Paso. And I'm not sure how, I think we're about the eastern level. We go to Big Spring at least, and I've forgotten exactly how far it goes. I think Abilene's in a different council, but it's quite large, and we have volunteers that are responsible for different things in parts of New Mexico, in El Paso here, and so it does make it difficult. The computer, the internet, and all of those capabilities has made it easier, but getting, again, it is challenging to get all of that done.
But also another change that I've seen is the wider opportunities that are afforded for your choices. I know that the only thing we had when I was in Girl Scouts was camping, and I never could afford to go to camp, so that was out for me. But for a lot of the girls now, they go to Hawaii, they go to Peru, they go all kinds of places for projects. And so tell us some of the things you've done for wider opportunities.
I haven't really done any wider ops yet because I'm not eligible to. You have to be an ambassador to do your wider ops. But I've done all kinds of camps in Colorado. We had some great camping facilities there, and we did those, and it was so much fun to do those. But my troop is actually tentatively planning to take a trip to Europe after our senior year. So as kind of like we got through this, we did our gold awards, that kind of thing. And the Girl Scouts has 4 different world centers, which is, it's a Girl Scout center where Girl Scouts can get together, stay, and you get to meet new people there, different Girl Scouts. And there's one in Mexico, one in Switzerland, one in London, and one in India. And you can go to those and visit, and then go around and visit the areas surrounding. And that's a place, it's kind of like a U.S. embassy. It's a place where they speak English and can get to you, and you're welcome there. But you can also meet the different Girl Scouts from other places in the world, because Girl Scouts isn't just a United States thing.
So it's a real cultural exchange,
Absolutely.
as well as an intellectual exchange. And so how long do you think you'll be there when you go?
We haven't really planned that. We've kind of talked.
Because you're 2 years away
Yes.
from that. But how many girls in your troop are working on their Gold Award?
I'm the only one right now who has gotten it approved, but there's another girl who is working on submitting her proposal, and then as a whole, I think every girl wants it.
Okay.
And
good.
there's 7.
There's 7 that we
There's
still have going, and I think at least 4 of those are working on their, one has a project idea she's proceeding with, and then the others are still working on their project ideas and kind of going back and forth with some interests that they have.
Great. What a great goal to work toward.
Yes.
And to keep you motivated. Oh my goodness. I have one more question before the break that I need to ask you is what is the biggest thing you've learned from this project?
I think I've really learned from this project the people skills and just to use your resources wisely.
Good.
Because I definitely couldn't have done the advertising that I've gotten so far by myself.
Yes.
We've had to use family friends and just different friends like that.
All
We've
of
had
your
to
contacts you called
Yes.
on.
We've had to get pretty creative to get the advertising that I need done.
And time management is another thing you learn. We're going to have to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a minute and continue this conversation.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.